Hi everybody, Coach Emmett here with the Christian Athletics Program, and we have another video for you today. We're transitioning to football now. Gotta love football. We just had the draft, the NFL draft the other day, and I hope you're excited about your team. We are about ours, and so we're gonna talk about some basic football skills today. And the idea with any of these sports is that you gotta score more points than the other team, right? In order to win a game, you gotta score more points than the other team. In football, that's touchdowns and field goals. A field goal is a kick that's worth 3 points if you make it, and a touchdown is worth 6 points plus the extra point or the 2-point conversion if you convert that. By the way, I got a trivia question. I'll give you this at the end of our devotional today. Who is the all-time leading touchdown thrower? Which quarterback has the all-time most touchdowns in NFL history? We'll give you that in just a few minutes. But first, let me give you Coach Ethan here and his little brother Noah. And we've got Coach Jack, who's trying to figure out his leash. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to throw a football and how to catch a football. Football is basically about either passing or running in order to move the ball. In order to score a touchdown, or even in order to kick a field goal, you got to move the ball down the field. You do that by passing or running. And so we're going to look at passing today as throwing and catching. Doesn't do you much good to throw a deep ball if it doesn't get caught. So you got to be able to, your receiver has to be able to catch the ball. Ethan, show us how you grip a ball. Why do you grip it like that?
So to grip a football, you want to have your thumb on one side and the rest of your other fingers on the other side.
Show us what that looks like real quick.
So
let me see the other. You see your whole hand. There you go. Okay, very good.
You want to have your middle finger opposite of your thumb on the other side of the football, and you want to have your middle finger on the back of the laces. Right?
Okay, Ethan. So that's how you grip a football, but how do you throw it now?
Okay, so your arm motion, you want to hold it like this to secure it, but when you want to throw it, and you see a receiver, you want to bring it back behind your ear, and then just bring your elbow forward, keep the ball level to the ground, and then you just pull it forward, and then release.
Nice catch, Noah. Okay, so let's give that back to Ethan real quick. So that's how you throw, but the gold standard of throwing is a spiral, of course. How do you turn that throw into a spiral?
Well, when you release it, you want to have that flick of your hand. You want to flick your wrist down, so like that, so it spins when you release it.
And with your finger, right?
Yeah, and you want your finger
to force
really
that spin.
Yeah, really force that spin when you release.
The way that I picture it is like the football is traveling on a wire, and then you put your finger on there, put your finger on it, and that finger forces the spin, right? So just like the ball is traveling on a wire from the quarterback's hand to the receiver, the last part of his hand to touch the ball is that last finger that makes it spin. And it takes some practice to get that right if you've never done it before. But let's see these guys do it a couple of times. Come on over here, Noah, and let's have you run a route. So in football, you have plays that you run a play to try to advance the ball, and so you have a quarterback, a wide receiver, and then you also have running backs in other positions. But in this case, we're just talking about passing. And so Noah, you're gonna run just a basic route, and Ethan will throw it to you. So we're gonna run a route. Let's have Ethan throwing the ball to Noah. Go.
Down, set, height.
All right, great job, guys. Good job getting that catch in and your feet in, Noah. right before the out of bounds. I want to talk to you about our devotional now, which we're shifting our memory verse now from what we were doing before Easter and or leading up to Easter. But now I want to talk to you about another verse from Philippians that comes later in that chapter. It's Philippians 3:14. This is a great one for sports because he references sports here. He says, I press toward the goal for the prize in Christ Jesus. The actual verse is a little bit longer than that, but I just want to give you this part of it. I press toward the goal for the prize in Christ Jesus. So the question is, do I want to be on the team with the champion, the Tom Brady's, the Jerry Rice, and the Jim Brown type of champions? And I'll give you that the answer to the trivia question in just a minute here after this devotional. But you know, in the game of life, we're either with God or we're going to struggle in the mud, spiritually speaking, if not also in many other ways. But you know, we've just celebrated Easter, and we know that the champion of Easter who rose from the grave is Jesus. Jesus is the champion of life. We want to be on his team. His salvation, or our salvation, has been won for us by Jesus. It is his salvation. It comes from him. We have the victory just for being on his team. You want to be on his team. You know, you would have wanted to be on Jordan's team back in the day. But when we join his team, you and I, our number has been called. We're called into the game. When you get on the field, you give it everything you got, every play that you can, because you're playing with the champion. You're fighting to move forward. You're pressing forward to the goal line, the prize of living your life with Jesus Christ. God says there is joy in his presence. Let's live in it and find out just what that means. Now, the answer to our trivia question: Drew Brees has thrown 547 touchdowns as of the end of this last season. That's 6 more touchdowns than Tom Brady. Now, will he increase his lead over Brady this next season? Or will Brady catch up to him? We'll have to wait and see. For now, let's look back here at Ethan and Noah and see them run a couple more routes. And we wish you all the best. God bless you guys. And can't wait to see you again in person. See you later. Ethan is going to call out some routes, and Noah will run them. But Noah, you got to be standing on that line there, man. You're going to get called for a false start. Get up. Great job, guys. Let's see another route. What's it going to be?
Alright, it's going to be an out route. We do about 4 paces forward and then cut right.
Alright, let's see it.
Alright, down straight.
Good job, guys. Let's see what's up next.
Go route. Down to the height.
You do the hike.
Set, hike.
Great job, guys. What's going to be now?
Alright, we're going to do a go route. Just run straight. Down to the height.
Noah are going to run some routes, and Ethan's going to call out the play, and then Noah will run it.